Nelson Mandela Bay het nou 'n burgemeester wie se party 1,9% van die stemme in die metro gekry het. Die UDM se Mongameli Bobani vat oor, maar die DA sê hy veg voort. En in Tshwane waarsku die EFF Solly Msimanga dat hy volgende kan wees. Hier langs my sit twee skrywers van boeke wat verpligte politieke leesstof is. Dr. Crispin Olver se boek How to Steal a City boekstaaf die destydse korrupsie en ANC-geleedere in Nelson Mandela Bay. Dr. Leon Schreiber se Coalition Country bekyk die politiek van samewerking in Suid-Afrika. En dan verwelkom ek ook vir Gareth van Onselen, die politieke hoof van die Instituut vir Rasseverhouding. Crispin, I want to start with you. Why did the DA member on Monday night decide to abstain Victor Manyati, the Judas in the DA camp?
Well, it depends on who you listen to. I mean, his own statement is that the DA is a racist party. It discriminates against blacks. And he's decided to change his mind and vote the mayor out. But of course, a little bit of digging behind the scenes, he's been found to be a debt delinquent. It's fairly obvious that some fairly significant transactions happened that isn't in the public eye. And yeah, he, as far as I know, has not yet resigned, although he's, I think, promised to resign.
Leon, so is eintlik nie korrek dan om die EFF daarvoor te blameer dat die DA nie meer in beheer van Nelson Mandela Bay is nie, want soos uitgewys is deur enkele kenners hierdie week, die EFF het nog altyd sedert die verkiesing in Augustus 2016 teen die DA gestem in daardie raad.
Dis reg, ja, en dit wys ook hoe belangrik dit word om kohesie binne jou eie party te handhaaf. Dis 'n deel van koalisiepolitiek wat ons nie altyd dadelik aan dink nie. Ons dink gereeld aan die samewerking tussen partye, maar kohesie en samewerking binne 'n party en binne 'n caucus en om dit saam te hou, raak al hoe meer belangrik veral wanneer dit sulke naalskraap koalisies is waar daar 1 of 2 setels op die spel is. Maar die ander kant vir die keersy van daai munt is natuurlik ook dat die DA kan daai raadslid vervang en indien die Patriotic Alliance die COPE by hulle bly en die LCDP bly in hierdie koalisie, dan is daar weer 'n moontlikheid dat hulle kan terugkom in die mag hierso. So dit wys jou net as die ding so op 'n mespunt gebalanseer is, hoe naby dit kan wees en hoe belangrik dit is dat jy jou caucus as een saam staan.
Gareth, so this is unlikely to be a stable coalition even without the DA, right?
The coalition in Nelson Mandela Bay.
This new Nelson Mandela Bay coalition.
No, I don't think it'll be stable at all. And I mean, what evidence there is for that group of parties getting together is not very good at all. They almost tore each other's throats out just coming to an agreement about who the mayoral candidate would be. So it doesn't bode well at all.
Now, tomorrow morning, Gareth, in the Eastern Cape High Court, the DA will attempt to overturn Monday's events, having said that it was all illegal. Having looked at the available facts, do you think that they have a shot at it?
Well, I'd probably actually best to defer to Crispin on this thing. We were having a conversation about it earlier. I'm not actually sure. The DA is certainly of the opinion that it has a legal opinion which validates its decision and it believes that the wrong course of action was followed. I think it's something that's going to have to be put before the courts, one of those complicated technical things that a court's going to have to rule on.
Okay, let's prejudge a little bit. What do you say?
Well, look, I think the DA fumbled this issue. What the procedure they should have gone through is to amend their PR list with the IEC and removed Manyati as a councillor, and they would have had to wait for the IEC to confirm that, and then he would have been out. To summarily dismiss him, I don't think is procedural. But Gareth and I were debating that, so maybe a court will find otherwise. I have to say, I think that the procedure for electing this mayor was done correctly. The city manager objected, but it seems that he's recanted, and the process the MEC's official ran, I think will stand as valid.
Leon, stem jy saam met Business Day se opinie dat daar voordele vir die DA hieruit kan vloei en dink jy bykomend dat daar nadele vir die EFF hieruit kan voortvloei?
Ek dink beslis so. Ek dink kom ons praat eers oor die nadele vir die nuwe koalisie wat nou daar is. Ons moet 'n gedagte hou, dis nou die eerste koalisie waar die EFF formeel 'n deel is van. So hulle het nou 'n raadslid wat nou in die deel van die uitvoerende gesag in Nelson Mandela Bay is. ek stem saam met Gareth dat die kans dat hierdie koalisie gaan eerstens funksioneer en tweedens gaan dienslewering gaan verbeter is bitter skraal. Ons het gesien hoe draai die adjunkt burgemeester in die stoel rond vandag. Ons weet sy agtergrond, soos jy in die begin gesê het, dit is 'n burgemeester van 'n party wat nie eers 2% van die steun het nie. So ek dink hierdie ding kan lelik omdraai en mense kom en hierdie partye kom byt. Sou daar 1 of 2 skandale uitkom hoe lank hierdie koalisie ook al in beheer is, of sou daar 'n merkbare verswakking in dienslewering wees, dink ek is dit 2 van die goed wat hierdie partye seer kan maak. Aan die ander kant dink ek die DA het nou 'n geleentheid om te sê kyk, ons is besig om hierdie ding reg te ruk, ons is besig om die skip om te draai. Daar is bewyse daarvoor dat finansiële bestuur aan die verbeter was. Daar's nou 'n metropolisiediens, daar's 'n busdiens. So ek dink dit gee nou 'n soort van die kiesers 'n soort van 'n natuurlike politieke eksperiment waar hulle nou kan vergelyk en inderdaad kan sien as daar nou 2 jaar van DA beheer was of DA koalisiebeheer, 2 jaar miskien of dalk minder van hierdie ander koalisie, watter een kies jy op die einde van die dag? En net 'n laaste punt, ek dink wat ook betrekking het tot môre in Tshwane waar daar natuurlik ook 'n mosie teen Solly Msimanga is. As jy wêreldwyd kyk in lande waar daar koalisiepolitiek bedryf word. Kiesers hou nie van onstabiliteit nie. En as jy eers geteer word met daai kwas wat sê jy is die een wat onstabiliteit bring, soos wat die EFF nou in gevaar is, dan is dit dikwels moeilik om te herstel.
It's precisely because of the EFF's unpredictability, Gareth, that the ANC has been quite cautious thus far to work with the EFF in city councils. How do you think this will work out for the ANC, this decision to join up with the EFF and UDM?
Well, not good. I don't think it can work out well for any party that works together with the EFF. The EFF doesn't have a consistent, principled approach to governance. It's entirely pragmatic. It does whatever it thinks can leverage it the most votes from the electorate at any given time. It does stick rigidly by its 7 non-negotiable pillars, but those things are so abstract when it comes to local government that they have almost no implication on the way it behaves in local administrations.
Because Malema Crispin calls the EFF, Mmusi Maimane calls the EFF these days the ANC's military wing and refers to this new coalition as a coalition of corruption. You wrote in your book that under Pravin Gordhan, you yourself were sent in March 2015 to clean up the ANC administration in Nelson Mandela Bay. Is there any reason to believe that this new coalition in which the ANC is a part might resume that cleanup, or is that ridiculously optimistic?
In short, I think it's a little optimistic, but let me qualify that. I mean, in 2015, the ANC initiated a comprehensive cleanup of Nelson Mandela Bay. So that was led by Pravin Gordhan.
Of a mess it itself had caused, right?
Yes. I mean, there had been systematic looting and corruption in the municipality over at least a 5-year period. But, to its credit, they initiated the cleanup. They fired most of the corrupt managers. And then the election happened and the DA came in and continued that reform process. There's no reason why this coalition, a coalition, let's say, of the ANC and EFF and UDM, can't continue the cleanup.
But under Bobani?
But under Bobani, who has a track record of systematically blocking every effort at cleaning up the municipality, at blocking every disciplinary process against corrupt municipal managers and municipal officials, I've got serious doubts about his integrity. I've got serious doubts about Andile Lungisa's integrity. He's the key player in the ANC team, and a lot of the ANC mayoral committee members account to him.
Gareth, so tomorrow Solly Msimanga is hoping that he will still be mayor of Tshwane by the end of the vote of no confidence. How is that likely to play out? Because, of course, there the DA has a much smaller minority government.
Well, I suspect what will happen is the motion of no confidence will be put before the council. The EFF and the ANC will both vote to remove Solly Msimanga, and he will be removed from office. The EFF will then, knowing how pragmatically and self-indulgent they are, will probably leave the chamber, leaving the ANC and the DA there to fight it out over what the possible mayoral candidate will be. I doubt either of them will agree, will provide the other party with a quorum, and I suspect the meeting will come to a halt at that point.
So, Leon, beteken hierdie verdoemende voorspellings van Gareth en ook Mmusi Maimane se hartseer toon vandag in sy perskonferensie oor Tshwane, dat hierdie idee van 'n land van koalisies was prematuur, of beteken dit ons moet ons net voorberei vir ander tipe koalisies op die kort termyn?
Ek dink ons moet wys word. Ek dink ons moet leer uit hierdie ervaring. Soos wat ek in die boek argumenteer, Suid-Afrika se kiesstelsel is gerad vir koalisiepolitiek. Daar's geen ander land in die wêreld met so 'n kiesstelsel wat 'n oorheersende meerderheid het soos wat ons onder die ANC het nie. So dit is onverwendbaar dat koalisies al hoe meer deel gaan wees van die landskap. Ons het dit nou reeds op munisipale vlak begin sien en ek dink dis tyd dat kiesers begin leer en dat ons begin ernstige vrae vra van die politici en sê wat is julle plan? As ons volgende jaar vir jou moet stem en daar's 'n koalisie in Gauteng of in Noordwes of wat ook al, wat is jou plan indien jy 'n koalisie vernoot gaan nodig hê? Wat is die goed en ek dink die belangrikste les, dalk die heel belangrikste les uit hierdie ervaring tot dusver, is dat hierdie is minderheidsregerings. Hierdie is koalisies in elke geval waar daar nie 'n 50% meerderheid is en 'n ooreenkoms wat tussen hierdie partye gesluit is, dit is ons agenda nie. Ek dink dit is tyd dat kiesers en Suid-Afrikaners begin druk aan politici en vir hulle sê, luister, ons wil formele ooreenkomste hê. Hierdie ding van jou brood aan albei kante gebotter wil hê en vandag dit sê en môre die ander ding sê, dit werk nie vir ons en ek dink so is dit 'n goeie leerskool.
Leon, baie dankie. Bly ingeskakel, hulle nog baie voor. Die gronddebat is steeds vuurwarm. Daar was weer lekker nuus uit die Staatskapingskommissie vandag en ons land het 'n nuwe energieplan sonder Russiese reaktors en Zuma skelmstreke.